Hey guys, this is Novel Blazers EX, and it's been a long time since my last deck profile, I know. But yeah, like as usual, I have been pretty busy with, school. It's almost, it's about a week before my finals week, and there's just a lot of schoolwork going on, and just, I have life, of course, to deal with. But, as for the content in my channel, I'm pretty sure I stated this before, but I'm not, if you guys watch my episode reviews in Arc 5, but I haven't been really, I haven't really gotten any new stuff lately from the new sets. Like Dragons of Legend, which is kind of like an iffy set for me because uh, there's not too many, there's not like too much stuff that I want. The only thing I want really is Soul Charge and maybe Curry Bandit, but like the main thing I want is Soul Charge, and everything else is just like whatever. I'll just get those. I'll just get those if I want to try something out. Just for fun, I guess. Because like pretty much I just want Soul Charge, and I would just rather wait for somebody to get the actual playset. I only need like 1 to 2 because I'm pretty sure that card's gonna get hit, no problem. Because yeah, it's a pretty busted card. So I'm just waiting for somebody to have it so I can just get it off them, full price. It's not that expensive. It's like $8 or whatever. It's no big deal. But yeah, like I've been as for my Fire Kings, they've been doing pretty well. Like I think the build is fine as it is right now. It only needs Soul Charge. And if there's anything I'm waiting on, it's the new sets. Like I'm waiting for the new starter deck with the pendulum monsters, so I can test those out. And what I really want out of it is supply unit, because like the supply unit's just really good in Fire Kings. And of course, I'm waiting for the new boosters and the new tins or whatever. So yeah, just a lot of stuff I'm working on. So as for levels, this variant of mine, this is something I came up with like a few days ago, and I've been looking up a lot of deck profiles lately, and I've noticed that I can agree for the most part that levels are probably not going to be, most the chances are they're not going to be as good as they used to be, because personally I feel like they weren't that good to begin with, because like I'm pretty sure a lot of you would agree that it's a deck that's like so heavily reliant on rekindling. It's the only reason they win, of course, is rekindling. And now that it's been put to one, it's pretty much just a major setback for the deck. It pretty much just slaughtered the entire idea. But that's like their main push card. It's like the only thing that they can really do aside from summoning Laval Cannon. But now that rekindling's been limited, that's just a major, just a major ow. That just hurts that rekindling the one. As if any of you watch Sano Jono, that rekindling to one, it's just a major hit to them. But but even then, even at rekindling at 3, they had some major consistency issues already, and I feel like what the archetype needed is some other optimal plays other than just that and Laval Cannon, just to to make it, to make some good pushes, because there's like so many other decks that just do it better, just do those kind of plays better. Like I don't mean making Quasar, but rather just making pushes, just putting stuff on board, just a solid, nearly unbreakable board. And of course there's always outs to Quasar and everything like that. So I feel like the deck just needed something else other than just Lava Cannon Rekindling. So I've been working on this, and I just want you to I've been looking up a lot of deck profiles, like I said. And the thing is, everybody's still trying to go back to making Lava Quasar, even though Rekindling's at 1. I mean, I know Soul Charge is a thing, guys, but I don't think it's that great in Lavals, and a lot of the other decks can utilize Soul Charge a whole lot better. And it's just something that I don't think you want to depend on. It's like the same thing. You're relying on rekindling, and now you're gonna rely on just like a rekindling and maybe 1 or 2 Soul Charge. But yeah, I just don't like the idea, guys, because like again, like the deck loses hard against side deck. There's a lot of anti-meta stuff, and if you don't have enough back row hate, you're kind of in trouble. So I decided to take levels to an entirely different direction. So I want you guys to keep in mind right now, this is a prototype build. I don't have a finalized build yet because, I've just started to work on this. And I wanted to show you guys and, tell me what you guys think about it. And hopefully, if you guys are interested, you might want to, make your own variant and just work on it. So, you know, if you guys like Lavals, you know, you want to keep working on them. Like, personally, this is one of my favorite decks, of course, because it is fire, and I just love it, and I love synchros, so I love making, you know, I just like this. So, we're, like, enough of the babble. I guess I'm just going to get started, basically. So, this is something what I like to call Laval Warriors, because this is based around, like I said, the more, like, the warrior-type Laval monsters. So, I'm going to show you how this deck plays. This build isn't relying on this deck isn't as reliant on rekindling as pretty much the other builds are. So I'm pretty much going to show you like the plays and stuff, you know, the cards, the text that I use, and yeah, like I said, it's a prototype build, so it's nothing's finalized, and eventually the deck's going to change and evolve over time. But the testing I've done, you know, I haven't gotten a chance to duel with it, but you know, testing has been proving that it's a working build. The engine works. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the main card, Blaster. Now, of course, the reason I have this guy on front is because if there's any deck other than Dragon Rulers that can abuse Blaster to the best of their ability, it's definitely Lavals. Because this build, you know, the deck sets up grave like super quickly with just one conduction field, and boom, 5 cards in the grave, and you got Blaster. Blaster's already live. And also the fact that there's like so many tuners, like so many targets that you're willing to pitch, you don't really care about because you want them in the graveyard. Blaster's just like made for Lavals, and you know, the 28 is just amazing, and the popping effect just to get rid of problems. You know, it's just he's pretty much like a staple in Lavals. So up next we have one of the best Laval cards, Laval Cannon, because this is a one card synchro play. Even the previous builds run triple cannon. Triple cannon's no questions asked. You always want to recycle your stuff. But what I like to do, of course, is to recycle your banished, of course. You know, this is, you know, with Handmaiden, he's a instant level 5 play. With a Lakeside, he's an instant level 7. You know, he goes hand in hand with Lakeside and Blaster. So always have 3 because you can always make something with him. You know, practically Lavals needed more stuff like Laval Cannon. And that, you know, that's pretty much what the deck is missing, like other ways to make synchros, and Laval Cannon pretty much supplements that. Now, there's like what I like to do is, you know, the deck is pretty much centered around Blaster, Laval Cannon, and the upcoming cards I'm going to show you. And that is the double Landlord, which I think is one of the most underrated Laval. You know, it's an underrated Laval monster because, of course, like what I like about this guy is that he has that great effect where if he gets destroyed, you get to add one of your banished Lavals, and this is pretty much what the whole build, you know, what the whole build is based on, the warrior type Lavals, because he is a warrior, and so is Laval Cannon. But I'm gonna show you a quick combo of what I like to do with this deck, basically. So what you want to have with this deck is basically to have 1 or maybe 2 Laval Cannons, and at least just 1 Landlord. You really only need 1 Landlord to get this off, and if you have more, you know, your combo just keeps going. But what you want to have to do is to have like at least, like one basic combo is of course to have 2 like a Laval Cannon and a Landlord in your graveyard, and to have Blaster anywhere, hand or graveyard. So what you want to do is to banish these 2 in your grave, and to get out Blaster. Then once these 2 are banished, you know, this guy's banished, this guy brings back banished. You want to summon a cannon, get back Landlord, and if Landlord gets destroyed, you instantly get the banished Laval Cannon to your hand. So the chances are they're going to want to destroy this because this guy's like uber weak. You know, they'll just get rid of this guy easily because you don't get nothing about getting, you know, you don't get anything. You know, you don't get pluses off this guy getting destroyed. So your opponent's going to want to destroy this most likely just to get that damage in. And of course, Blaster goes back to your hand, or he gets destroyed and gets sent to your grave. It doesn't matter where he goes. But basically, if they get rid of Landlord, you get this guy to your hand. Now, since these 2 are in your grave again, you can banish him again next turn to bring back Blaster once again. Then, what you want to do is to summon Laval Cannon, and then once again, rinse and repeat. You get back Landlord. So it's pretty much a really annoying loop that your opponent has to deal with. Instant 3 monsters, and Blaster has that 28 attack, which makes him really solid enough to get over so many things. And if he goes back to your hand, you know, you can just pop those problems with him next turn. And, you know, you can waste your Laval Cannons on something else like the tuners and everything, because you do have 3 of them, and this deck has so many ways to recycle them. And, of course, that's why you want to run double Landlord. I don't think you need 3 because 3 is cloggy, and once again, these guys get recycled really quickly and they get sent to the grave like really fast with triple conduction field, so this is no problem. So this is what I based the deck around. You want to loop with that, and until you get some really good plays going, it keeps your board intact, and it, you always have a hand, you always have an option, so that's what I like doing. So up next, we have the triple Lakeside Lady, of course, and the triple Handmaiden, which are your tuners. Now the reason I run this, of course, is like I said, this isn't a Quasar build. This is more of the mill, banish recycling thing. So of course you want to run 3 of these because they are your tuners and they set up your grave. The Handmaidens with lakes, with conduction field. You want to recycle all your stuff with that. And of course you have Lakeside as your level 3 tuner, and you want to pop back row most of the time because this deck hates back row. And it's a level 3 tuner. You can make 7s with cannon. You can make you can make pretty much a ton of stuff. So yeah, pretty much you want to mill these. Of course you want to set up your grave and just pop stuff. And of course, like the grave setup makes this deck go move a whole lot faster because it's instant 5 cards with conduction field. So yeah. So up next that's pretty much all of the Laval stuff that I have. Up next, we run 1 Blue Flame Swordsman because this, like I said, this is a Laval Warrior deck. So you want to bring back your warriors. More importantly, you want to bring back Landlord. And there's also another loop with Landlord as well. Basically, if you have a Landlord in your graveyard, you can have Blue Flame Swordsman. If he gets destroyed, you can banish him in your grave and then bring out a Landlord out of your grave. Now, if they destroy Landlord, you have the option to bring back Laval Cannon, or you can bring back Blue Flame Swordsman back to your hand and continue looping. So it's just really annoying, guys, and it's just something I came up with. You just want to loop your warrior types, your fire warrior types, and just keep annoying the opponent and setting up your grave with blaster plays. So you pretty much have blaster every turn. So up next, last monster on the list is 1 Brushfire Knight because again it's a warrior type. And of course he has that nice milling effect because you want to have blaster in your grave as quick as possible, and he can help set up your level plays if you already have that. So yeah, just 1 Brushfire Knight, of course, because he's recyclable and he's also comboable with the other cards in his deck. So that's it for my monsters. So the spell cards, I have 1 Rekindling, of course. This is a buster card. This is best used in Lavals because this is the deck that uses Rekindling the best. So yeah, always have it, no questions asked. But of course, what I like about this build is it's not super reliant on this, especially because you will be banishing a lot, but you have enough ways to pretty much recycle all of your tuners and all of your materials and everything. 1 Rhoda, and like I said, warriors, Rhoda is an instant staple. And of course, yeah, we have that with 1 warrior returning alive. So pretty much these 2 because you center the whole deck around Laval Cannon, and of course this can search Brushfire Knight, it can search Blue Flame Swordsman, and we have 1 warrior returning alive. I might bump this to 2 because this is a deck that's not afraid of milling Laval Cannon. Yes, guys, I mill Laval Cannon in this build because you can get them back. You can get him back with not only this but just popping, banishing Laval Cannon with your Lakeside Lady or your blaster, and then just popping, like a Landlord, and you can instantly get your Laval Cannons really quickly. And this is just another way for you to recycle the Laval Cannons that you used up, or maybe Blue Flame Swordsman. But, pretty much, yeah. So we have those 2. Triple Conduction Field and 1 Foolish Burial. You want these to set up your grave, of course. You always want to open with this, and, just pretty much instant 5 cards in your grave, and you pretty much get your plays going. So always 3. And of course, the reason I run the 1 Foolish is of course the same reason I run Brushfire, is because you want to have Blaster as soon as possible. And you're not always going to open with Conduction Field, so you want to have this so you can set up your grave also. 1 Gold Sark to this is really to get Rekindling quickly. But of course, if you need other combo pieces, you can make Laval Cannon plays with this. Just banish a tuner or something, or whatever you want, and just get it back with cannon. But mostly to get pieces or just get whatever you need quickly. Up next, we got Dark Hole because so many cards are so comboable with this. Pretty much you have your Landlords, you have your Lakeside Ladies, and of course you have Brushfire Knight. You got these stuff to go off, and if your opponent has a board that you need to get rid of, you know, you can just instantly get rid of it with Dark Hole, so you can make your pushes. Then we have the double MST to deal with back row, because if there's any deck that hates back row, it's this deck, of course, because, yeah, that's why it's very good with the Lakeside Ladies. You pretty much instantly get 2 sets out of the way if you draw into it first time. Then we're going to run the Hoban engine with the triple upstart, of course, to really get your pieces faster and just to get your plays going. I'm currently testing this, but so I'm not really sure if the deck really needs this. Like, so far the testing has been telling me that this deck could use some other options rather than just speeding up, because the only thing this deck needs is a graveyard setup and maybe a Laval cannon or 2, and you're good to go, basically. So that's really all you need. So I'm just testing this out right now. So like I said, this is a prototype build, so you can this can be swapped out for something else in the future. One pot of duality, of course, for consistency. You only need 1 because you will be special summoning a lot in this deck, and you know you don't want that to interfere. And you know, this complements the upstarts and the reckless greeds that I run. So yeah, I run reckless greed to the upstart, you know, the Hoban engine basically, just to test it out and see how that goes. Then, lastly, on the spell text, we run 2 Circle of the Fire Kings. Like I said, you can recycle pretty much all of your stuff. This is also like a Forbidden Lance. You know, it's great if your opponent tries to Veiler or Fiendish Chain a Laval Cannon, but you just get your stuff back anyway. You can use this on Handmaiden to just set her off and just get another one of your fires. You know, you can even just get an extra Handmaiden. You can get Brush Fire Knight. You can get Blue Flame Swordsman. You can get Blaster for beatdown. You can get Lancelord to just start looping your stuff. You know, you can pop Lancelord, get back one of your banish, you know, get another fire. It's just a great card to have, one of the best fire cards out there. So yeah, 2 Circle of the Fire Kings. I might bump this to 3, but yeah, further testing is required, so yeah. So that's it for my spells, and lastly we have traps. And if any of you guys are wondering, at the moment of this video, I do not have Soul Charge at the moment, like I stated when I started this. I'm still trying to get the card myself, you know, I'm just still waiting. But of course, if you guys want to know the ratio of how many Soul Charges I'd run, I'd probably just run 1, because like I said, Soul Charge isn't that great in Lavals. Most of the time, your targets are either like the Warriors in this build, or maybe the non-tuners and you know, some tuners, and that's not really a good idea unless you're trying to make Quasar. But I don't make Quasar, so if I'm gonna run any number, I'd run 1. So we're gonna go to traps. We have the 1 Call of the Haunted, and this would be a Soul Charge if I had Soul Charge, but of course, if anything else, this is great with Handmaiden, with Brush Fire Knight, with Laval Lancelord if they try to MST it. So yeah, there's some combos with this, of course, but of course this would be Soul Charge. So it's still great. It's a revival card until I do get the card. So yeah. And then we have the triple Reckless, like I said, to make the deck go run faster and to get your pieces. But, you know, you get your pieces all, like, really quickly already. So, up next, we got 1 Torrential to pretty much clear the board. And, like I keep explaining to you, it's great with so many of the cards that you have at your disposal. You pretty much recycle your stuff, mill, and pretty much do stuff to clear your opponent's board and just make those pushes for game. And, you know, pretty much keep you in control of the field. So that's pretty much the last 2 cards that I want to run is 2 Dustflame Blast, because like this is a deck that likes to banish a lot. You know, it's not reliant on rekindling, and you can recycle your banish like super easily. And this is really great, really good. It's a Black Rose. Oh, sorry about that. Please don't mind. But yeah, it's a Black Rose play. Basically, if you have a grave setup and, you know, if you have a Laval cannon in your hand and you clear your opponent's board, this is just really good. It's just, I don't know. I'm just at a loss for words. Just Dustflame, it's just an instant Black Rose play. Your opponent just basically like loses everything with a good grave setup. And if you want, you can even pop your own Lancelords. You know, you can pop your Brush Fire Knight, you can pop your Handmaidens or whatever you want to pop. You can blow up your own stuff and recycle it. So it's just really good. It's just like a really good lava card. And I just like the artwork on it. But yeah, just run 2. 3 might be too cloggy. You know, it's just a great trap card. You know, just pretty much clean house. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. I'm just gonna go to the extra. I don't have a side. But the extra deck, it's not really all too important. It's really when you whatever you want to put in, depending on what the monsters you have. Like, just personal for me. I have one Red Nova Dragon. I can easily make him, especially with Blaster or Landslord with Handmaiden and Lakeside, and the Red Dragon Archfiend to get into that. One Crimson Blader, Stardust, Leo, Keeper of Sacred Tree. You can easily make this guy with Blaster and Lakeside Lady, so yeah. One Scrap Dragon, if you can make this guy, he's really good with Landslord and the other stuff that you have. One Black Rose to clean house, of course. An Ancient Fairy just for a 7. 2 Laval Stennin, one of the better Laval Synchros out there. 1 Laval Dragoon, the only 6 that I go into. 1 Laval Dragon. I might want to bump him to 2, but I need a second one. But yeah, he's the Brionac of Lavals, and you can instantly get him out. So yeah. And the XEs that I run are 1 Gauntlet Launcher and 1 Strike Bouncer, because I can make these 2 with Landslord. And lastly, 1 Queen Dragoon Jin, because they're like because I do run Blaster in this deck, and there's a bunch of other Laval Dragons that you can easily bring out. If there's any other rank 4s, I'd definitely recommend stuff like Excalibur, the Heroic Champion Excalibur, maybe Blade Armor Ninja, because you do run Warriors. But yeah, the extra deck is whatever. It's whatever you want to put in it. This is what I have so far, and it is a prototype build. So that concludes the deck profile, guys. Sorry for the little tacky little part where I just dropped my phone, but that was an accident, of course. But let me know what you guys think about the whole idea, the new direction I'm taking for Lavals, and hopefully I want you guys to expand on it and make it better, so that Lavals will stay alive in the game. And I feel like they can. It's just that they need sort of a new direction, a new type of build. They can't just go making Quasar all the time, and even then, it's not as the Quasar builds are not as competitive. They're just outshined by so many other decks out there, so they kind of need something else. Lavals need some other play rather than just dropping Rekindling and making Quasar, because that's like so unreliable, and it's pretty linear and easy to just deal with. So, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much out of time, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoy. Just comment below, like, subscribe, just talk to me or whatever. And, just thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys look forward to me. If there's anything you guys want to request, like card reviews or anything, or any other sort of content, just, you gotta give me some feedback, guys. You just give me some feedback, comment below, and just tell me what your thoughts, your opinions, anything you want to suggest. Anything you want in the deck, or just give me a thumbs up, just whatever, all that stuff, whatever, do whatever you want to do. And I'll probably show you guys the deck profile once I have a better build up and running. But right now it's a prototype and I'm still testing. I'm hoping to test on Dev Pro or maybe DN if I'm up to it. I just don't like DN personally, but that's just me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. This is Nova Blizzard ZX signing out.